In much of the metro, stay-at-home orders are set to expire April 24th, but what happens after that? Well, we asked Kansas City, Missouri Mayor Quinton Lucas.
You know, for us in Kansas City, as distinguished perhaps from what happens statewide in Missouri and then certainly what happens statewide in Kansas, we let public health guide what we're doing. And so our order is set to expire somewhat soon. We're going to continue to talk to our public health professionals. I would think right now we may need a little bit of extra time to make sure that we're continuing our mitigation steps to flatten the curve. But we will not rescind or withdraw or reduce the order until such for public health, and that includes an order that applies to everything from a church service to a school. All are treated the same because we want everyone, parishioners, children, everyone, to be safe and healthy.
Well, statewide, Missouri has more than 3,500 positive cases. The latest local cases come from the Meadowview Health and Rehabilitation Center in Harrisonville. One resident and one employee have tested positive. The state reported 212 new cases just yesterday. On the Kansas side, there are more than 1,100 positive cases. Wyandotte County has now surpassed Johnson County, Kansas, with the area's most cases on the Kansas side. And new from Central Kansas, in Reno County, we've learned that an infant has tested positive for COVID-19. The county hospital there says that the baby has no underlying health conditions and had not been taken on any trips. The health department is working with the infant's family, working to watch them for any fevers or respiratory issues. And this morning, Johnson County, Kansas begins casting a far wider net, testing people for COVID-19. KBC9's Martin Augustine joins us live. Now, Martin, can you tell us more about who's being tested?
Rob, it's a randomly selected group of people invited by the Johnson County, Kansas Health Department to be tested for the virus. Now, starting at 9, so just less than a half hour from now, a drive-through testing site is set to open up at the College Boulevard Activity Center in Olathe. That's just west of Olathe Northwest High School, directly north of Meadow Lane Elementary. The county will also test people living in 40 long-term care facilities as well. All in all, hundreds of people will be tested, but we must point out that each one of those people received an email inviting them to be tested. Now, this is not a first-come, first-served sort of situation. Now, the idea here is to get a statistically broad picture of how far COVID is spread across the county, where it's spreading fastest, and perhaps drawing a bead on what's working to beat it. Now, last week, the Johnson County Board of Commissioners allocated $400,000 for this testing program, but it is a cost that may be reimbursed by FEMA. Reporting live, Martin Augustine, KBC9 News.
Martin, thank you so much. Well, the battle over religious restrictions continues this morning in Kansas. Governor Laura Kelly now says she plans to sue the state lawmakers who revoked her order. We've seen a whirlwind of developments this week. First, Governor Kelly issued an order banning all religious gatherings of 10 people or more. Shortly after, state lawmakers shut it down, worried the order trampled on freedom of religion. Well, Kelly says that decision jeopardized the health and safety of Kansans, adding this is not a normal political disagreement. Many churches and synagogues have already suspended services this week. And Missouri's kids will not go back to class for the rest of the year, at least not in person. Governor Parson just made the decision, and this morning, our Donna Pittman is covering this story from home. And Donna, online learning will still continue across the state, correct?
Yes, it will. And in our house, it is the kitchen classroom that will stay up and running. This was a decision obviously hard to make, but becoming more and more obvious to the governor as things with COVID-19 have just gotten to the place where they are right now. So as you said, all the curriculums that the districts have worked so hard to put together for online remote learning, those are all still up and running. The governor just says it's too dangerous to actually go back in the classroom right now. Now, Governor Parson did add 2 exemptions. Nutrition, so that means the programs that are preparing and providing those school lunches, those are still going to continue. Also, child care services. If your children go to an after-school program right now that is still up and running, that will continue to run as well. Now, at the news conference yesterday, the governor said that he came to this decision by working with the Missouri Department of Education and several superintendents across the state. He also made a special point to recognize seniors, Rob. He told everyone his granddaughter is a graduating high school senior in the state of Missouri, one of so many, so disappointed that all their work over 12 years won't culminate, at least not in May, with a walk across the stage. He says he wants that to happen, though, for those kids. So he's working with superintendents at districts throughout the Show Me State to find dates where they can wear their caps, their gowns, walk across that stage, get those diplomas. Just may have to be delayed. Live from home, Back to you.
Donna, thanks so much. Yeah, the day will come. Yeah, like you said, it's just going to have to wait for now. But this morning, though, we're looking into what this move means for other families still getting settled into online learning plans.
I really miss my teacher. She's the best teacher so far in my whole entire school.
Well, the Obermeyer family lives in Blue Springs. We talked to Mom, Tiffany, who says that the biggest change has been trying to find that school-life balance. Well, she says now that her family knows that the plan is sticking around until summer, they're settling into a routine.
I do feel like you are going to have a lot of families that do decide, hey, you know what, this works for us, we've slowed down, and it really is a lot of more family time. It's great.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly called off the school year in her state a few weeks back. Students there will also continue with online learning. And more help could be on the way for the millions of Americans who have lost their jobs due to the outbreak. ABC's Ines De La Cuetara is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, scenes like these.
Certainly, it is a point that it is so needed that this many people did show up.
Becoming the new normal for towns and cities across the country.
I have never seen this.
From California.
It really helps a lot.
To Texas.
I am so thankful.
To New York.
I'm worried about food, putting food in my mouth.
So many Americans struggling to buy food and pay bills as applications for unemployment benefits jump by another 6.6 million, bringing the 3-week total to nearly 17 million. That's about 11% of the U.S. workforce.
We need more funding, and we need it fast.
President Trump now requesting another $250 billion to help small businesses, but Democrats blocking that measure. They're insisting on another $250 billion for hospitals and states.
This was in fact designed to fail, designed as a political stunt.
Meanwhile, new trouble with the first relief plan as Americans face delays getting their extra $600 per week in unemployment benefits.
How long it takes will vary by states. Some states' systems will take longer.
Many state websites crashing because of overwhelming demand. Overnight, President Trump promising more help for farmers, saying the government will use all the funds and authorities at its disposal to make sure our food supply is stable. And college students will also be getting some help. The Department of Education is releasing $6 billion in emergency grants to help students with their debt.
And later this morning, we will get an update from the Kansas Department of Labor on how the state's handling issues that fired and laid off workers are having filing for their unemployment benefits. We've seen a massive surge in unemployment because of the coronavirus. More than 140,000 people in Kansas and Missouri filed first-time unemployment claims last week. Right now, those numbers seem to be falling, but they're still high. More than 91,000 people filed new claims in Missouri. In Kansas, more than 50,000 people filed. Here are the websites for jobless benefits in Kansas and Missouri. You will need your Social Security number, any amount that you were paid in the past week, and the jobs you worked in the last 18 months.